How are we doing, guys? Moose here, back for episode number 54 of our West Ham United Karuma. We are coming off the back of a great episode where we smashed Manchester United 4-0, but we did get a touch of bad news. Christian Teo went down with a non-contact injury, and we get the news back from the physio. It's a torn groin. He's out for 3 months. So Christian Teo, who had found his way into the starting lineup since arriving from Barcelona in January, really made a name for himself, and just like that, he's out of the lineup. It's absolutely devastating that we're not going to have him here. As we go into our FA Cup semifinal, we are at Wembley for the first time in this career mode. It's unbelievable. We are putting out full-strength side. I mean, there's no question about we are pushing for an FA Cup title if we can possibly win it. And of course, we're taking on Norwich, and the turnout we've had, I guess the away Norwich fans didn't feel like showing up, because if you take a look at the stadium, we have about 3/4 of the seats taken up for West Ham fans making that short trip over to Wembley from East London. So we're going to take on Norwich City. The other semifinal is Sunderland versus Manchester United, and hopefully we will be the team that one of them will have to face. Lacazette's our man to watch. 4 goals in the last 3 matches. He is in unbelievable goal-scoring form that we'll touch on, in a few episodes' time, I'm sure. But the line we're going to run out with Lacazette up front, Dybala behind, Payet's going to come in on the wing with Carrillo, Noble and Gorska still in midfield. Chiante, after such a great performance in replacement of Ogbonna, he's actually retaining his place in the center of defense alongside Winston Reid. So we're giving him a real shout this time against a Norwich side that, as long as Van Wolfswinkel doesn't come on, he scored on us, of course, in the league. But otherwise, I got Jerome. Redmond's not in there. Robbie Brady on defense. It's not an intimidating side by any stretch of the imagination, so we need to come away with a victory. We get an early chance here. Chiante does well to win and leap highest from a Payet header, but unfortunately the Senegal man is not able to put in the back of the net. Carrillo showing some nice skill here in the 33rd minute to dance inside a couple defenders. Lovely ball. Rolls up for Dybala, who strikes it, but it's straight down the throat of Jake Keane. I don't know. I think it's Jake Keane, but either way, we're not able to score just yet. But Lacazette does well to dance inside the defense, skips inside Sebastian Bassong, whips it in, puts on an absolute plate for Paulo Dybala. That's what we like to call a buffet ball. I heard that analogy used recently. It's fantastic because it's help yourself. Paulo Dybala, great finish into the back of the net, and that is 1-0 to Cockney boys. Lovely goal. Lacazette does his absolute best to work that onto his right foot, puts it on an absolute platter for Paulo Dybala, and he says, "Thank you, may I have another?" It's a little too close to the keeper, honestly, but regardless, it's in the back of the net. He just puts too much power on it for Keane to do anything about it, and our dynamic duo up front links up yet again. Dybala, who we know has been getting a ton of assists but not on the score sheet as much, does very well to take that from Lacazette and put it in the back of the net, making a Dybala deposit. But Malumbu with a really good chance, he's played through here, and Jack Butland makes a double save to keep out the Norwich City midfielder and keep us on the good for right now. But Dybala then leads a counterattack following that pair of saves. Lacazette sees Dimitri Payet on the overlap on the left-hand side, takes a couple of touches to get the ball off his feet. He's going to whip it in, trying to find Lacazette at the back post, and he goes for the phenomenal scissor kick. Comes away as far as Leon Gorsku strikes it from range, but he's not able to test the Norwich keeper and replicate the dynamic goal he scored last matchup against Manchester United, of course, the one he scored from range. But Butland forced into duty yet again with an unbelievable stop on Cameron Jerome. Does really well to keep it out. 2 point-blank scoring chances that Jack Butland is able to make the save on. Noble plays Gorska through here in the 45th minute. Does his best to try and finesse the ball around Keane, but unfortunately he does miss the net, and we're not able to double our advantage. We do come on here with another chance in the 47th minute as Chiante tries to defend. Enizande comes through, strikes it, but Winston Reid with a sensational block, putting his whole body on the line to block that strike. It was fantastic defensive play from Winston. Van der Veer then finds Carrillo on the right-hand side, flicks the ball inside towards Dybala, which is going to win us a corner here in the 52nd minute, which Payet will step up to take it. The Frenchman whips the ball and finds the head of Winston Reid. Him and Chiante both coalesced around the ball. Reid was the first man to it, and he boshes it in the back of the net. Lovely finish from the defender, who is having a fantastic 5-minute span. He makes one huge block at one end of the pitch and then scores up at the other end. Winston Reid is everywhere at once. What a performance from our defensive talisman. He comes in front of Chiante, he says, no, this one's mine, and he puts it in the back of the net. Great finish from Winston to give us a 2-0 advantage. We double our lead, and hopefully that will put things away here against Norwich City at Wembley. Tete, though, looking to have something to say about it, plays the ball into Dorns. They play a lovely little 1-2, and his shot doesn't trouble Jack Butland, and things remain as they stand. But another chance for Norwich into the 78th minute. Kiyate doesn't clear the ball very well. It eludes Paulo Dybala. It finds its way to Cameron Jerome. He turns inside of a couple of defenders, comes through. Absolute shocking defending. Our defenders just skipped right past him, unfortunately, and he comes through unopposed and beats Jack Butland. So really good finish. Nothing our keeper could do about it. Third time was the charm on a one-on-one for Norwich. Winston Reid completely skates past his man. Jerome goes through, and it's a tidy finish to beat Butland. But we look to make our lead. We double it again with Lacazette playing a fantastic ball out wide to Manuel Lanzini, who's come on as a substitute in the 85th minute. He dances around two defenders, does his absolute best to try and curl one with his left foot, but it goes just wide of Keane's post, and unfortunately we don't score. But thankfully, that would be the last real action of the match. Winston Reid claps the fans off as we come away with a 2-1 victory, and that means we're going to the FA Cup final. Come on, you Irons. A fantastic performance. I mean, it's a pretty even match all around, but we come away with the victory. Man of the match for me is Mark Noble. He's going to get 3 Moose Mighty Hammer points. He was really central to our success in the middle of the park. 2 Moose Mighty Hammer points are going to go to Jack Butland, FIFA's man of the match, who was unbelievable, made 2 huge saves for us. And 1 point to Winston Reid, who had 1 huge block, of course, and scored a goal for us and played very, very well. So overall, a performance that, you know, we're not ecstatic about, but got the job done and gets us to the FA Cup final. So we will be facing Manchester United in that final. They beat Sunderland 1-0, and that means you guys, I asked it last episode, but leave in the comments again, and I'll have a straw poll up actually in the description. Should we live comm the FA Cup final? Let me know. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying it. Thank you so much, as always, guys, for watching. We'll see you next one. Bye-bye.
Like we always do with this time. I got to shine.